Are you interested in joining the MHS1 or Mainstream News team? If so, use the link or scan the QR code on the screen to fill out the application and sign up for the audio-video production course.
Coming up on MHS1.
We take a look at next year's student body president.
We see how well our students' vocabulary holds up at MHS.
We get some insight on the recent book ban developments.
We learn more about how our school celebrates Black History Month.
We check in on our own broadcasting boys.
And that's all coming up on MHS1. Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is Friday, February 18th. I'm Champ Presley.
And I'm Haley Hester, and you're watching MHS1. Next year's student body president has been elected by popular vote. Mallory Anderson, Ava Grajeda, and Champ Presley take you to learn more about Brenda Ramos.
This past week, the Student Council president was elected for the 2022-2023 school year. Brenda Ramos won by popular vote.
What made me become student body president is that usually there's not very many people of color who want to do things that involve our student body, or they don't really feel involved. And I just felt like there needed to be a person who could do that. I mean, this year we did have Ari Puerto. She is from the Dominican Republic, and I guess it just made me feel comfortable with running for student body president, and that I could do something for our school to involve our student body. My goals and dreams this upcoming year is just to be able to include most of our student body. I know not many people like to be included, but I would just like for them to experience a good high school years for their 4 years at McKinney High, or if it's less, then so that they can have a good experience, basically.
Brenda Ramos is the first junior in student council history to be student body president.
Last year, I ran for student council parliamentarian. I was the first ever to do that because of our constitution rules, and we did change that. A lot of people did inspire me, whether it was the student council president this year, Ari, or the one from last year, Arjun. They pushed me to be who I wanted to be, and I guess it just made me want to reach that goal of me becoming student body president. I feel proud of myself because I did go against two juniors thinking that I was going to lose. When I got the notification last Friday that I had won, I thought I had lost because of how long the paragraph was. But it was just them being thankful for having me in student council and for being able to stand up for myself and run for student body president as a junior.
This has been Mallory Anderson, Champ Presley, and Ava Grajeda reporting for MHS1.
The new strategic guessing game Wordle has taken the world and MHS by storm. Isaiah Sandoval helps us dive deep into what makes Wordle so fun.
Wordle is a word-based puzzle game where players will have 6 attempts to find the 5-letter word of the day until the next 24-hour cycle. And as of recent, it's been the talk of the town here at McKinney High.
Oh my god, Wordle is literally the craze of 2022.
It's like Candy Crush, but for vocabulary, it's pretty good.
It's fun because it's not anything you're going to sit there and do all day. So I do like the, immediate, instant gratification, that comes with it.
And the fact that this is so quick and there's enough competition that it makes it fun.
And so every morning I wake up, it's the first thing I do as soon as I get to the school. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do the Wordle. And I text all my friends about it.
As of January 31st, New York Times has bought Wordle from its creator, and with recent news, players are now concerned for the future of Wordle.
I think they're about the same number of people. I think it's something like a 20th the traffic of Facebook. And if Facebook is valued at 400 or 500 billion, then by that math, it would be valued at around 20 billion, 30 billion. It's not. I think they should pay them more. They did my man wrong.
That is very annoying.
actually, and I feel like it won't be as good now that a bigger company has bought it. And I don't like that at all. Give Wordle back.
I'm kind of concerned what's going to happen when New York Times starts charging us for it. It's going to take away a lot of the fun of it. The free is part of what makes it so fun. And the simplicity.
Although it's unclear how the future of Wordle looks, the present still has players sharing their passion amongst each other.
I first got into Wordle because I thought it was really fun, just to mess around with your friends and be like, how many tries did it take you? How many tries did it take me? And then I think it's really cool because it has like a success rate or like a win streak. And so I think I'm on like a 4 or 5 day win streak now. And so it's just like, oh, I want to keep it up. So I keep doing it every day just to keep that number keep going. And there's like a win rate of like how many times you've gotten it right as a percentage.
I think it's just fun to have something that some of my students are into, that friends from all over the place are into, and that we egg each other on and we encourage each other on.
I don't know. I think it's like truly like the community aspect of it. Like the way it just like, if Wordle's on the screen, like everyone's looking at the screen trying to find the Wordle of the day.
Currently, players are experiencing a spike in difficulty since the shift to New York Times, but no notable major changes have been made. You can play Wordle by going to nytimes.com/games/Wordle. This has been Isaiah Sandoval reporting for MHS1.
This February marks Black History Month. Kimberly Vega, Andrea Carvajal, and Ryan O'Connor helped show us what our school does to celebrate.
You can see posters recognizing Black figures who have changed history through their strength and beliefs for a better future around the school. We interviewed Chinasa Yukaji and Kennedy Glenn to give us a better understanding of what Black History Month really means to them.
People see you and what your possibly like family has done, because there's a lot of things that you see in the world that you might be like, oh, I didn't know about that, but it's here because of Black people. And yeah, so I think it actually like puts it out there and helps people to like see it, like the colors in the hallways and the posters and stuff, even these books, like it helps people see Black people and like their accomplishments and things they've done and stuff like that.
Black history is important to me because, well, I grew up in McKinney. We're in a predominantly white area, so it's just a very important time for me to actually get engaged with my culture and learn more about my history. Black History Month is very important because it allows for African Americans to celebrate their culture as a community, as well as commemorate all of the people that we lost due to racism. I celebrate Black history every day, not just in February, but I do a lot of research and I do a lot of protests and I donate to different resources and I educate people who don't know a lot about Black history.
Remember to follow at bsu.mhs on Instagram to find more information on Black businesses, history, authors, and more. Let's create a change in our community. This is Andrea Carvajal, Kimberly Vega, and Ryan O'Connor reporting for MHS1.
Recently, Texas schools everywhere have been fighting both for and against banned books deemed inappropriate from the shelves. Emma Holman, Braxton Anders, Reagan Short, and myself let you know what it's all about.
In many Texas school districts, concerned parents and community members are bothered by books discussing race and sexuality in school libraries. Book bans are a highly debated topic in the media and school districts across the country. In Denton ISD, rows of books are being taken off the shelves for the same reason. The book that is being challenged in McKinney ISD is Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. A few parents have pointed out that the book contains explicit content that they deem is not appropriate for school. McKinney High School's librarian Kristen Spain walks us through the process of how and why books are disappearing from school libraries.
Perks of Being a Wallflower was challenged on all 3 of the high school campuses. Actually, it was, I believe, challenged across the district, but they couldn't file a formal challenge if the book was not on the specific campus, so it ended up just being on the 3 high schools. There is a difference between an informal and a formal challenge, so anyone can challenge a book on our campus. If they decide to go ahead and formally challenge that book, then we give them a form, they fill out the complaint and turn it in. Once it's turned in, then we have a reconsideration committee that is formed of teachers, different staff members on campus, and then 1 community member. Books are passed out to all of the people on that committee. We have like 2 weeks, I believe, that we read the book, review it. We also collect responses from our committee or from our community, and then read those responses and then come together and we vote on the book.
According to the Dallas Morning News, many of the books being challenged across Texas and nationwide delve into the experiences of people of color in the LGBTQ+ community.
Everyone has the right to read whatever material they wish to read. We all have different experiences. I have my personal beliefs, but I don't feel like it is my job to put those beliefs on others. And I feel like if I don't want my student or my child to read a certain book, then that's a conversation that I would have with my child. I feel like everyone is entitled to have books that reflect them, their beliefs, their opinions, their challenges, things that they've experienced. And it's important for us to read about all of those things and learn and grow.
This has been Emma Holman, Reagan Short, and Braxton Anders reporting for MHS1.
Now here's Dee Hawthorne with our sports update.
Boys basketball beat Geyer for the last game of the season. Last night they played Dayton Geyer to decide who has the top seed in the playoffs. Scan the QR code on the screen to keep track of the basketball boys playoffs. Check out the boys' upcoming soccer games on the screen now. Check out the girls' upcoming soccer games on the screen now.
MORP is tomorrow, and yet some unfortunate males are still left dateless. If you're needing a last-minute date, Brylan Schrock, Gabe Hughes, Alex Robbins, and Dee Haythorne bring you what the broadcasting boys have to offer.
Dang, I really wish I had a date to MORP.
Have you heard of the Broadcasting Boys?
No.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News and on Instagram at MHS Mainstream. And remember,
if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School,
it's MHS1.